I am Pinoy Rob.
I am Pinoy Rob. For the headlines, weather forecast, rains in Luzon, strong waves in Okinawa, heavy snow in Japan. Local news, robber killed, accomplice caught after gas station heist in Bukidnon. Fire at Pugon Market stall causes 400,000 pesos in damages. Glenro to hold 2025 fall candidates accountable for violating ordinance. Father and son Clarex and Kikang disqualified by Ocon in Comelec. National news. Supreme Court may address petition to force Senate to begin Sara Duterte's impeachment trial. International news. Zelensky, Ukraine will not join US-Russia negotiations. Entertainment. Mimi Ya wears Filipiniana gown at Bridgerton event in London. Sports. MMA. Jared Brooks set on breaking Filipino hearts again at 171. International feature. JAL to continue annual recruitment in the Philippines. National feature. Carpio cautions voters against supporting pro-China candidates. Trivia. The origin and nature of loofah sponges. What are they?
If you find this segment informative, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to stay updated with our latest news, and share this broadcast to your friends and family. Your support helps us keep you informed. Help us get our first 10,000 subscribers. Your engagement matters. Liking, sharing, and subscribing to our content not only helps more people discover the important stories we bring you, but also supports our team's hard work. It boosts our visibility in the algorithm, making it easier for others to find ways to stay informed. Plus, it helps us generate more resources to continue delivering the news you rely on. Thank you for being part of our community.
Good morning, Philippines. Magandang umaga, Luzon, ug mayong adlaw, Visayas ug Mindanao. Today is Monday, February 17, 2025. I am Athalia P. Sanyel. Local news. Robber killed. Accomplice caught after gas station heist in Bukidnon. Police reported that they shot and killed one of the three suspected robbers who engaged in a shootout with authorities during a chase along the National Highway in Pangantukan, Bukidnon. The incident occurred after the armed suspects robbed the GT Fuels gasoline station in Barangay Adtuyon, where they took 5,000 pesos in cash and personal belongings from the cashier before fleeing. According to Bukidnon Police Provincial Director Colonel Jovit Kaluway, the cashier immediately called the police after the robbers escaped, prompting authorities to set up checkpoints at possible exit points. However, the suspects opened fire on the police, resulting in the death of a 24-year-old member of the group. The two remaining suspects managed to escape after abandoning a stolen private vehicle, which they accidentally drove off a cliff in their panic to evade arrest. Authorities later confirmed that the suspects came from Pikit, North Cotabato. Inside the stolen vehicle, they recovered a grenade, a .45 caliber firearm, and other pieces of evidence. Further police investigations led to the arrest of one of the fugitives at a joint checkpoint. It was confirmed that the that he was from Datu, Montawal, Maguindanao del Sur. The suspects now face charges of robbery, attempted murder, violation of the COMELEC gun ban, and illegal possession of firearms. Fire at Cogon Market stall causes 400,000 in damages. Residents and vendors at Cogon Public Market were left stunned by a large fire that broke out last night, causing panic and confusion in the area. The Bureau of Fire Station has estimated the damages to be around 400,000 pesos, with significant destruction to goods and property. FSO1 Justino Daguplo Jr., the Chief Operations Officer at Cogon Fire Station 1, explained that the fire escalated to the second alarm at approximately 9:54 p.m. Firefighters were able to control the flames and extinguish them by 10:03 p.m. The blaze primarily affected a stall owned by a Sanigan family, where items were completely destroyed. Thankfully, there were no casualties or injuries reported. Local authorities worked swiftly to prevent the fire from spreading to nearby establishments. The BFP has launched an investigation, though as of the latest reports, they have yet to determine the exact cause of the fire within the affected establishment. Fire officials continue to gather evidence, and further updates are expected. Residents expressed their concern over the safety of the market area and have called for better fire safety measures to prevent future incidents. Plenro to hold 2025 poll candidates accountable for violating ordinance. The Local Environment and Natural Resources Office will send a communication to senatorial and party list candidates explaining why they should be held accountable for violating the city ordinance. This concerns the illegal posting of their political campaign materials in areas where it is prohibited by city law. Clenro Manager Engineer Armen Cuenca stated that they will begin requiring responses from the concerned candidates starting tomorrow. To date, nearly 300 political campaign materials have been collected since the start of the national candidates campaign last week. Cuenca assured that they will not spare anyone in removing campaign materials, whether from administration or opposition candidates, if they are found to be in violation of the law. Father and son clerics and Kikang disqualified by Ocon in COMELEC. Vice Mayoralty candidate Zaldi Ocon has filed disqualification cases against incumbent City Mayor Rolando Clarix Uy and his son, Carmen Barangay Captain Kikang Uy, before the Commission on Elections in Manila. Ocon's complaint is based on the significant increase in the number of new voters in Barangay Carmen, which has been controversial since last year. According to Ocon, he is also seeking Mayor Clarix's disqualification for allegedly encouraging voter registration in Barangay Carmen, resulting in thousands of new voters. It can be recalled that Kikang previously faced a disqualification case, but COMELEC dismissed it, stating that the evidence needed to be strengthened. Additionally, the House Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms has launched an investigation into the matter, initiated by Cagayan De Oro 1st District Representative Lordan Suwan, who is Kikang's rival in 2025 elections. Ocon, a former 3-term city councilor and once an ally of Mayor Clarix, had a falling out with him politically. Ocon has since become a critic of Mayor Clarix's political actions and is currently facing multiple cyber libel cases pending in court. As of this report, the camp of Clarix and Kikang Uy has yet to issue a statement regarding Ocon's legal move. Weather forecast. Rains in Luzon, strong waves in Okinawa, heavy snow in Japan. We're going to walk around and see what's going on in the Western Pacific today, because there's plenty. You know, we still got the latest cold surge bringing some snowfall across parts of Japan. We still have our tropical depression, In fact, visible satellite imagery zooms right in. You can see it here. It looks kind of cool on visible satellite. You do not have some of the clouds, which at sunrise, you see the shadowing just kind of indicating how high these clouds are just north of that low-level center. But this is absolutely disorganized. In fact, if we flip it over to the infrared satellite imagery, you can barely see it. Let's even pull back the picture. There's just absolutely nothing there. Go back to visible right there. You can see the spin and everything. So something we are watching, but I think the big thing is still the shear line that is associated with this. That is, there's your low level center. We have the north-south southerly flow on the right side of that, interacting with the northeast monsoon. And it's the collision line right in here. See all these thunderstorms kind of popping off. That's what I've seen worried about, creating some thunderstorms as we go ahead into the weekend. And also, you're still dealing with the southeasterly flow. Just down towards the south, we've still got some showers across southern areas of the Philippines. And as I've mentioned, that convection is flaring up back here towards the north, and generally this is all rotating around the West Pacific high, just off towards the east, just around the Guam area. And you can kind of see all of this happening in the overall wind flow here, with our next cold surge helping to enhance the shear line, especially Sunday over towards Monday, before generally the easterlies begin to pick back up. So, of course, with that said, it really is northern Luzon that's going to see some of the heavier rainfall here.
A pedestrian lane is an interim or temporary pedestrian facility that may be appropriate on roads with low to moderate speeds and volumes. A pedestrian lane is a designated space on the roadway for exclusive use of pedestrians. The lane may be on one or both sides of the roadway and can fill gaps between important destinations in a community. Washing hands can keep you healthy and prevent the spread of respiratory and diarrheal infections. Germs can spread from person to person or from surfaces to people when you touch your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands.
National news. Supreme Court may address petition to force Senate to begin Sara Duterte's impeachment trial. The Supreme Court is poised to deliberate on a petition compelling the Senate to promptly initiate the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte. This development follows a mandamus petition filed by attorney Catalino Generillo Jr., asserting that the Constitution mandates the Senate to conduct the trial forthwith or without delay. The petition emphasizes that there are no impediments preventing the Senate from convening as an impeachment court to address the charges against the Vice President. The impeachment proceedings stem from allegations including misuse of public funds, accumulation of unexplained wealth, and issuing threats against President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and other officials. The House of Representatives impeached Vice President Duterte on February 5, 2025, forwarding the articles of impeachment to the Senate for trial. Despite the constitutional directive for an immediate trial, Senate President Francis Chis Escudero indicated that the impeachment trial would likely commence after the State of the Nation address in July 2025, during the 20th Congress. This timeline has prompted legal challenges, including Generillo's petition, advocating for an expedited trial in adherence to constitutional provisions. The Supreme Court's forthcoming deliberation on this matter underscores the ongoing debate regarding the appropriate timing and procedural adherence for the impeachment trial of a sitting vice president. International news. Zelensky, Ukraine will not join U.S.-Russia negotiations. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Monday dismissed the planned negotiations between the U.S. and Russia regarding the war in Ukraine, stressing that Kyiv must be included in any discussions about its future. His remarks came as U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio arrived in Saudi Arabia for the high-stakes talk between American and Russian officials. These discussions have raised concerns in Ukraine about being excluded from a potential. Speaking via video link during his state visit to the UAE, Zelensky told reporters in Kyiv that Ukraine was not participating in the negotiations and had no knowledge of their details. Meanwhile, the Kremlin announced on Monday that it was sending President Vladimir Putin's top diplomat and chief foreign policy advisor to Riyadh to lay the groundwork for a possible meeting between U.S. and Russian leaders. Zelensky stated that he would visit Saudi Arabia on Wednesday, but clarified that his trip had been scheduled in advance and was unrelated to the U.S.-Russia talks. Additionally, the Ukrainian president called for stronger U.S. security commitments, particularly in relation to a critical minerals deal, which would grant access to Ukraine's vast natural resources in exchange for American support. Zelensky also mentioned plans to invite Trump's Ukraine envoy, Keith Kellogg, to visit the front line to meet the Ukrainian troops during an upcoming trip on February 20. Entertainment. Mimi Yao wears Filipiniana gown at Bridgerton event in London. Content creator Mimi Yao shared details about her Filipiniana gown for Netflix Bridgerton Seasons of Love event in London on Valentine's Day. The event, hosted by Golda Rushwevel, who portrays Queen Charlotte in the series, provided a sneak peek into the show's fourth season. Represent PH. I am so excited to meet the cast of Bridgerton. I have decided to wear a Filipiniana to this event, she posted on her Instagram page. The content creator revealed that her gown was designed by Filipino designer Neric Beltran. I was invited all the way from the Philippines to join the ball. To be honest, I have a huge potential to be the diamond of the season because, hello, it's me, Kimi. I hope I get chosen so I don't have to vlog anymore. Kimi, grateful to Sir Neric Beltran for making this vision a reality. And also to I am Nori Kim for helping me, she wrote. According to Netflix, Bridgerton Season 4 follows the story of Benedict Bridgerton, who, unlike his happily married brothers, is hesitant to settle down. The changes when he meets a mysterious woman at Violet Bridgerton's masquerade ball. Known to him only as Lady in Silver, she is actually Sophie Bake, a determined maid with secrets of her own. Sports. MMA. Jared Brooks set on breaking Filipino hearts again at 171. The highly anticipated trilogy between one interim strawweight MMA world champion Jared the Monkey God Brooks and reigning champion Joshua the Pasho is set to headline 171 Qatar on February 20, 2025 at the Lusail Sports Arena. This match aims to unify the one strawweight MMA world title, with both fighters eager to assert their dominance in the division. Their rivalry began in December 2022 at 1-164, where Brooks secured a unanimous decision victory over Pasho to claim the strawweight crown. Pasha reclaimed the title in their match in 2024, setting the stage for this decisive third encounter. Brooks has expressed confidence leading up to the fight, aiming for a first-round finish to leave no doubt about his supremacy. Pasha, representing Lions Nation MMA, has been diligently preparing for this bout, recently showcasing his form during an open workout. He acknowledges Brooks as his toughest rival to date, stating this is an entirely different level. Despite the challenges, Pasha is determined to demonstrate his growth and adaptability, aiming to prove he has the answers to Brooks' strategies. The event promises an electrifying conclusion to one of the most intense rivalries in one championship history, with fans eagerly awaiting which athlete will emerge as the undisputed strawweight champion. International feature. JAL to continue annual recruitment of Filipino flight attendants. Japan Airlines has reaffirmed its commitment to recruiting Filipino flight attendants annually, offering a promising career path for individuals who meet its qualifications and training standards. This initiative strengthens JAL's international workforce while providing aspiring flight attendants in the Philippines with an opportunity to join one of Japan's most prestigious airlines. To qualify for the position, applicants must be Filipino citizens with a valid Philippine passport and must have completed at least a college degree or a 2-year diploma course. Candidates should also be medically cleared for flight duties to ensure they can handle the physical demands of the role. Proficiency in English is required, as strong communication skills are essential for assisting international passengers. While not mandatory, Japanese language proficiency is highly preferred, as it allows for smoother interactions with Japanese-speaking passengers and crew. National feature. Carpio cautions voters against supporting pro-China candidates. Retired Supreme Court Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio has cautioned the public against voting for pro-China candidates in this year's elections, stating that such candidates would prioritize Beijing's interests if elected into office. Carpio, without naming any individuals, pointed out that these candidates receive financial backing from China. He further noted that China may be fueling disinformation online to further divide the public. This election is not just about internal politics or domestic issues. There is a country that seeks to seize our maritime zones and island territories. So we must be careful not to vote for Manchurian candidates, those who will do China's bidding, Carpio said in a statement released by the star-based ADR Institute. They can launch their own social media campaigns, he added. As we have seen in the past, some candidates once elected favored China over our nation interests, he said. Carpio also warned that the West Philippine Sea could be at risk if pro-China candidates were to win in the upcoming elections. China can provide campaign funds to pro-China candidates. This is a common tactic of foreign countries to destabilize another state. I expect China to do that. Once elected, they will claim that the Philippines has no right to name the West Philippine Sea as such, Carpio warned. Dindo Manhit, president of Start-based ADR Institute, also advised voters to avoid candidates who downplayed the 2016 Hague ruling on the West Philippine Sea. Upholding our arbitral victory is not just a matter of policy, but a fundamental duty for any leader serving the nation. Ignoring it means turning a blind eye to our territorial integrity, Manhit said. A true leader must stand firm in defending what is rightfully ours and not yield to foreign pressure. The West Philippine Sea is a vital part of our national identity, economy, and security, he added. Trivia: the origin and nature of loofah sponges. What are they? Natural loofah sponges are derived from the dried fruits of loofah plants, a type of fast-growing vine-producing species belonging to the ground family. This makes them close relatives of common vegetables like watermelons, cucumbers, pumpkins, and squash. The two main species used for loofah sponges are Loofah aegyptiaca and Loofah acutangula. The two main species used for loofah sponges are Loofah aegyptiaca and Loofah acutangula. These plants thrive in warm tropical and subtropical climates, requiring plenty of sunlight, well-drained soil, and a trellis for support as they climb. When young, loofah vegetables commonly used in Asian and Middle Eastern cuisine. However, when left to fully ripen and dry on the vine, the outer skin hardens and the inner flesh transforms into a dense network of fibrous material. Once peeled, cleaned, and dried, the fibrous core is what we recognize as the natural loofah sponge. Loofah sponges are biodegradable, eco-friendly, and naturally abrasive, making them popular alternatives to synthetic sponges for exfoliating skin, scrubbing surfaces, and even cleaning dishes. Since they come from plants, they are also a sustainable option, decomposing over time without harming the environment. In addition to personal care and household cleaning, loofahs have also been used in crafts, biodegradable packaging, and even water filtration due to their natural fibrous structure. And that was the information we got from here and abroad. Keep listening and watching. Do watch our new segment, Wow Pinoy. Please subscribe Pinoy Rob on YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook. And have a wonderful day.
If you find this segment informative, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe to stay updated with our latest news, and share this broadcast to your friends and family. Your support helps us keep you informed. Help us get our first 10,000 subscribers. Your engagement matters. Liking, sharing, and subscribing to our content not only helps more people discover the important stories we bring you, but also supports our team's hard work. It boosts our visibility in the algorithm, making it easier for others to find ways to stay informed. Plus, it helps us generate more resources to continue delivering the news you rely on. Thank you for being part of our community.